And we have made it to episode 51. We have officially almost been doing this. Technically, just due to sickness and things, we have been doing this for a year, but soon we will have an actual year's worth of weekly episodes out. And,
hmm
poof, I mean, it's still a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this, no matter what weird scheduling thing we have to do to make sure that we can do it.
Yeah, and
Uh,
right now we actually I'm normally in California, but right now I'm in the Central Time, the
yeah,
same
which
as
means our time zones match for once.
yeah, and yet we're still recording later than usual because I had stuff to do in the morning. I had stuff to do all day.
I mean, hey, it was work. We can't really work around that. But as always, I am one of your hosts, Sleepy Witch, and joining me is
DJ Azure, the 2.5D here, Talk Tuber.
we are actually going to be talking about obviously the big thing this week, the Geats finale. After everything he did, Ace never really did beat the Jesus allegations. But since it's the finale, and I feel like this is the one we're going to have the most tangents to go off, we're actually going to be talking about Kamen Rider Geats last.
Yeah, I mean, we're recording this on Wednesday night, so you guys are gonna hear about this 3 days later on Saturday.
Uh, that's the dumb 3 days joke you wanted to make.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
hey,
I
in three
prepped that
days
one.
he rises. I was thinking about making a show. We'll talk about Geats in 3 shows time, but honestly, that one wasn't that coherent. His was better. But yeah, our first two-parter episode for Ultraman Blazer, A Rainbow Appears Part One.
Oh
Uh,
man,
the beginning of this episode is honestly just been the most relatable. I am in Texas, and we are praying for rain and a cold front right now.
yeah. What's really funny is that I'm currently, in Minnesota, and I'm like, when I think Minnesota, I'm thinking snowy because it's close to, because I'm way up north, but no, it's been California weather. Like it's been 90 degrees
Oh,
throughout the day, and then it goes down to 70 at night. I'm like, it's like I never left home. This is weird. But yeah, it's like, but then again, visiting Japan, in the dead middle of summer, that was relatable. It's like, do you want a popsicle? Yeah, seriously, go to a vending machine. Like you'll see 17 ice, which is basically kind of an unwrappable ice cream cone. Like they had vending machines for that everywhere in Japan, and of course I had to get one because I love vending machines in Japan. So
oh yeah,
yeah,
the
there's
vending
that.
the vending machine stuff is cool. I won't be able to save up to go for like a while, but if I do, I kind of want to go in the wintertime. I want to experience the cold of Japan.
Mhm.
Especially because
Yeah,
they have like the hot soup vending machines and stuff.
I didn't really see those, but man, I just used a lot of vending machines.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they don't have the vending machines that have hot soup that stocked like during the summer. I'm sure that's a thing they like rotate out, to keep things
Mhm.
relevant. But going back to the episode, heat front, and we're starting to see the upside down rainbows. We get a cool scene of this professor guy basically summoning the kaiju.
Yeah, it's honestly really cool because he basically has a bunch of bracelets on his arm, and they're all it's rainbow colored, and he basically just dips into a lake, and it basically looks like he's in pain, but he's summoning this thing, and it's kind of cool.
No, it's really sick. It's a cool scene. Seeing him later while him and Captain Gento are fishing was also super cool. But
Yeah,
my favorite dumb joke I was telling my friend because I was watching the Blazer episode as she was helping me get helping bleach my hair so we can dye it tomorrow. Um, is the fact that because it's a rainbow appears and it's the guy who gets summoned by the rainbow, I'm like, Ultraman is homophobic confirmed.
oh my god,
It was just so stupid. We were just laughing about that the whole time. But no, talking about honestly, his professor being kind of like this villain who is summoning the kaiju because he wants to cleanse the worlds of humans is pretty cool. I do like the vibe of like again, the kaijus are also nature themselves, so like, they
yeah,
can't humans can't just be obliterating them for their own like safety.
yeah, it's super cool because this one just basically just wiped out just you know human made stuff with a massive hurricane. Considering this is Japan and it's basically what is it? It's called the Typhoon Kaiju, I think it was.
Yeah, I
It's
think so.
oof. It's intense.
Yep. And I thought it was a really neat thing. First of all, we were talking about this earlier before the show. This suit for the monster is awesome.
Yeah,
He looks
yeah,
fantastic. The fact that he has a little form change too, that first like more arm and form, I really really like, and I like the fact that when it was sucking up the air pressure to make the rain, like you could see that the Earth Garen pilots had like a headache.
yeah. What was actually super cool about this episode too is that like I kind of love how like kaiju just are a thing in this universe. It's like they already have like developed things, like they're recorded in history. They're like literally just natural disasters, and just deal with humans ruining the world, and it's really really cool.
No, it's really a cool vibe seeing a world that is obviously like so built up, and I'm sure when we watch more Ultraman, we're gonna have more context for like the past of the world and stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
But yeah,
I I
like
love how we
honestly,
got a little bit at the beginning where oh god, what's the little tech guy's name?
Bondo, I think,
Bondo,
yeah.
about how Bondo was like, I can have those mods by the end of the month, and they were like, hey, don't overwork yourself, kind of continuing from the last
Yeah,
episode.
but what's even funnier about it too is that he shows up and like ever since like they had him shirtless last episode, he actually just has his arms out, just biceps bulging
I
in
know
this episode.
damn he is built. That is correct, and it's so funny because obviously it's the joke because he's got his sleeves pulled up because like it's so hot, but also it's
Yeah.
like damn, you do got to look at those.
So it's just ridiculous. Like man, literally just a gun show anytime he appears. And he's the tech, so of course he's bringing the guns. Okay, that was a bad joke. Okay, cool. We're gonna move back to the professor and his
And he
his
just
his
shoots a
scar.
laser.
Yeah, and he has like a freaking he has a snake scar, which is like super cool because like he's kind of controlling the kaiju, or just like he's like drawing power from it so that he could like essentially assist it in getting rid of
Humanity,
humans.
and then
Yeah,
he just
but
fucking blasts Gento.
before that, Gento has the most badass line. This is the first time I've found one of your lectures uninteresting. I'm like,
Honestly, yeah, that
oh,
went hard. That went really hard.
oh,
I still love when the Earth Garung gets blasted that he's got the little like swirly eyes.
yeah. Oh man, but it's also crazy though. Like this kaiju appears, and there's 7 typhoons that appear. It's like as California had just got hit by a hurricane. Like it's kind of interesting for me to see this now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Also,
And we got to talk about basically the big thing for this fight. Ultraman was able to just not do anything against this guy. This guy resisted everything. And
yeah.
then he went to blast him and Ultraman disappeared. He like timed out,
Mhm.
which we haven't seen him do in this show yet. So we're
Yeah,
going to
like
see.
someone had told me that yeah, Ultraman is known for having a 3 minute timer to stay on Earth. So I'm like, oh, okay,
I didn't realize it was a time timer. I thought it was always like he's taking a certain amount of damage and it's like his health. Um,
yeah,
but it's cool. I like seeing it. I like the vibe. His timer ran out because this guy was strong. Uh, and the next episode has me really excited because the preview is like Earth Garone upgrades with giving him the guns, but
yeah.
also we get to see a scene of Ultraman reaching for the rainbow. So I wonder if it's gonna be like he grabs the rainbow to do like an upgraded light sphere.
Dude, that would be sick. I want to see this. I
But
really,
yeah,
really want to see
also
this.
them
But
fighting with the big like typhoon wave in the background is insane.
yeah, it's crazy. Also, another thing too, which is really interesting because like the moment that the professor like just straight up goes mask off, it's literally just glasses off, and then he just keeps them off, like showing that he's a bad guy now without glasses.
Yep, and he like throws them on the ground, and you get to see the shot where the glasses are like in the background of the ground. You're like in the foreground as he's framed, like turning away. It's cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I really really enjoyed this episode, and like we were like this is like a good two-parter,
Yeah,
and
it's. I mean, hey, the two-parter being the first time like he's having difficulty dealing with the kaiju is also just a good setup. Uh,
yeah, and
and
talk about
speaking
good
about good
setup.
setup, yeah, exactly, good setup for our next show, King Oger mid-season finale. Uh, there was a
This
lot
was
of fighting, and that was the least important part of this episode.
yeah, like man, like the fact that Death Narok is actually like like Death Narok just wanted to live. Like he just wanted to live and like not be oppressed by like just live underground and be oppressed by humans and like
Yep. And I
those
really like the vibes of like, yes, the Bugnarok attacked you know 2,000 years ago, but none of the people who are alive now are like are people who even remember and know of that, and so it's only the stories that keep telling them that they're bad guys, and so none of
yeah
these people are responsible. Because I really do like the philosophy that sins should only be burdened by those, or should only be carried by those who committed them.
yeah
Because the
yeah
like
that
the Sins of the Father is like a dumb. Well, it's a fun trope in media, but obviously when you're thinking about it seriously, like that's dumb. Like that guy didn't do anything.
yeah it's really crazy. And then like what is it? But yeah, no, like it was really intense. Like Jeremy was going through in this episode. Holy shit. I felt
Yeah,
so bad for Jeremy in this entire episode.
I do like seeing the little black tarantula, the tarantula
Yeah.
abyss. That thing was really cute. I'm hoping we get to see the big version in the future.
Another
But
toy number 20, I think, right?
oh my god, I think technically like 21 or 22,
Oh,
but
21, yeah,
because
21.
we did
But
20 for the big Kakua's like the big ultimate match.
yeah, yeah, God, King Oger. But yeah,
But
like Jeremy went through with this episode, like pretty much like saying, "I'm going to challenge you." Like even gives him the transformation, like his sword, like saying, "I will meet you here, and this is proof that I will show up and challenge you." And then Death Rock actually just gives it to him. And even before that, like we see a little bit of the truth of the Twilight of the Gods, where like all those shoe gods were being eaten by the Death Rock. But the thing is, though, they get the power, but they're about to die. So, like, they basically said that the fight against Death Rock doesn't matter because he's just gonna die.
he would die soon anyway. The big thing was also the revelation that like Bugnarok are humans who basically evolved from eating shoe gods because that's how they
Yeah,
had to protect themselves.
what
And
was
because
it,
because it's not
93%?
because yeah, because it's not just the eating them kills them. It's only eating the souls and getting bigger that kills them.
Oh yeah. And
So
that's what
just
Death Rock
eating the
did.
shoe gods itself, I guess, just kind of eventually like mutates you over time, which gets brought up because when Himeno's treating our favorite little invisible man,
Mm.
she's like he's like 90% human
Yeah, like
or something.
93% human or something.
Which I guess
But yeah,
also makes sense since a child was able to be conceived above Bugnarok and human.
yeah, like everything makes sense. And then like we see all this stuff happen. It was a massive fight for like most of the episode. We get the revelation that Kamajin just straight up just kills Bugnarok, like Death Rock, without like as he was like coming to. Like honestly, that scene was great because Gira was the one that extended the apology first.
Yep.
Like we
Also, we got to
both
see some really cool sick stuff in the fight with him because I really like that the Jeremy can summon like tarantula arms
yeah
in the suit. That shit looked cool. But also like Bugnarok's thing, it really gave me a like let my people step into the light. Let them live. You are the king of the Bugnarok, and I don't know. It gave me really cool vibes. Um, Obviously,
yeah
it was super dramatic. It is really funny seeing the out of context screenshots of like Jeremy, like his face, pressed to and crying to Bugnarok or whatever.
yeah. Like
This
it was
episode
it
had a
was
lot of good out of context screenshots.
yeah, like it was great. And after that, like we see Kamajin show up and just beam of light down and just kill Deathrock. Like it's like even though he was about to die, like that's not the way he should have died. Like that was
Yep.
like the most like disrespectful
But
way.
it's really funny because Kamajin does that and then like instantly gets bodied.
Yeah, and it's really funny because he's one of well actually no I'll get to that in soon enough. But like we basically see that happen. They win the fight. Jeremy becomes king of the Bugnarok,
We
and he
also got
gives this
the sorry,
great
before we get to
speech.
that, we got the confirmation that little like invisible man is like half dead. He
Hmm.
doesn't like really exist, which is a weird metaphysical thing that's just going on with him in the background.
Yeah, like I said, Jeremy is just going through it. Having to burden himself with being king, having to like be ready to kill. But even then, Gear stops him. And, like he just goes through it this episode. Like I have never been so happy with a six in a while. Like
Oh yeah,
Jeremy is like
I did not think I would like anyone in this show more than I like the Dabowski, but Jeremy came in and kind of has stolen the show for me. He's
Yeah,
just so silly, but also so naive, and all of his
yeah,
stuff building him up for his character development to be the king of the Ragnarok. It also is really interesting because when you get the first shift on like he's the narrator, he's the man who will become king instead of Gira, you're like, oh, is he gonna try to take over Shugenam instead? But the like, oh no, it wasn't him. He was gonna become a sixth king instead of
yeah.
trying to become king instead of Gira.
And talk about the Sixth King. Yeah, Terra becomes united. Essentially, I mean, at least it has the beginnings of being united with the five kings, formally recognizing Jeremy as the sixth king of Ragnarok, and then we get to see our favorite Brood
I
Boy.
love seeing him. We get to see our favorite background guy not reacting. I do love the vibes. Um Basically being like, look, you don't have to trust us, but as just don't teach your children hate. And one day, eventually man and Ragnarok can walk hand in hand, together. And you get to see the speech of everyone reaction, and it's like, there was no applause or cheers, but maybe that's enough for now.
Yeah, no, but what was great about that is that I love that speech because, despite it being a dramatic Jeremy moment, like he says, humanity brings out his left hand and Ragnarok and brings out his Ragnarok hand and puts them together, like, in his normal, like, just putting it together, like, to like end his little dramatic speech. But like, it's a really good symbolic moment with how Jeremy represents all this stuff.
Yep.
And
And
I
also, then we
love
get to
it.
see the fact that Ragnarok's shadow was basically burnt into the fucking pavement where he
Yeah, I
died.
felt so bad for little tarantula dude. Like, man,
I
that
hope we're getting a
hurt.
2 year time skip. I hope we get to see him big in the future. Or I hope he like becomes a little sidekick.
Yeah, and the reason why we get a 2 year time skip is because like we see like our invisible bug boy and Jeremy like just walking through Ragnarok, and they look up at the moon and they're like saying, "Oh well, Terra has kings, but they're not the only kings, and we're gonna see the galactic insect next week."
Yep. Yep. And
Oh
because
man,
and now it makes sense because I always wondered why they were making a comment that Terra was a far off planet and like the side of the universe. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
like, you don't
So
need to mention that. You could just say it's like a different planet. You don't have to mention that it's out of the universe. But that was all a setup when we were getting to the galactic sense. Uh,
yeah.
we're gonna get to see everyone with some cool updated outfits. I
Mhm.
don't know how to feel about Yama being blonde. I'm not. I did like the blue. Um, we're also gonna get new
Well,
outfits for all the retainers. It looks like so.
yeah, and Sebastian's fat. Sebastian's fat now.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna just see what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, we're
It's
gonna see
basically gonna
that.
be like a big shakeup from where we're at. So
Yeah, like it's crazy. Just like we literally had, like this straight up like full on like it's like you would basically tell someone you could catch up now. Watch up to episode 26. It is literally a first half, and then you could watch the next part. Like it's a full on just mid season finale.
yep.
But that's not the finale we're here for today.
No, that's not the main one. Kamen Rider Geats, the show that we started this show with.
Oh man,
Whew.
I'm gonna admit I cried so many fucking times this episode, man.
Here's the thing. There's not even anything to admit. I'm a crybaby. I cry so much during media, so like it's not even saying that like I cried is even like a big revelation. But getting to see the like, oh, everyone's happy and he's eating his soba, only to like find out, oh look, it looks like Ace did save everyone, and we're getting flashbacks of what happened.
Yeah, and that flashback,
Oof.
like, oh man, I felt so bad for Samuri.
Yeah, yeah, Samure. I feel Here's the thing. I have a couple of mixed emotions about the ending that we'll talk about kind of at the end.
Yeah,
Seeing Jin come back to like visit his like brave shrine was really cool. I love that it's like the belt that stayed behind as a rock instead of him.
I really enjoyed the symbolism of that. And yeah, like we see the stuff, we see Samuri. Apparently, that was actually like I'm not sure if it was the final scene, but it was one of the last scenes they filmed. And apparently, Ace's actor just stayed there because apparently Samuri's actress was so full of emotion at that time that that he basically just stayed to make sure she was okay after the scene.
I
Like,
mean,
Damn.
Yeah, that's intense. I do love hearing about that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
seeing the fact that she was controlled by the Black Samuri, so it even was like the real Samuri's body who was doing this, because I thought maybe it's a body double wearing the clothes.
No, no.
That that was kind of really sad. Ace is dying by her hands, her just straight up having to deal with it. I did like the vibes of Sewell like destroying his like the eyes on his thing, being like, I don't need an audience that backtalks me.
Yeah, that was brutal. Yeah, but man, yeah, just the entire episode, and then like we actually we see a little bit more like just this everything is just happening. Like the world sucks because Ace is gone now.
Yep, we see everyone start getting beaten up. Everyone's told that Ace is dead, and everyone's freaking out. And Sewell comes for the rest of the riders. It's really cool seeing him use the Magnum Infinity.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Basically, just using just what is it like Gilgamesh's
Yeah, Infinite Blade Works or whatever.
not Infinite Blade Works, Gates of Babylon, except
Gates
with
of Babylon,
guns.
that's the one it is, yeah. It's really cool. It is really cool seeing the neon Kawa fight versus him, and they're using their buffed up suits, and he just like time speeds up to like make them kick each other.
Yeah, okay, so like it's actually really cool because I think like I forgot what the fight was before they went to the warehouse. Wow, man, like where were they fighting? Because I remember they were like fighting in one spot and then they went to another.
They were just fighting like outside. I think it was just like in like the open. Was it the steps? I'm trying to
Yeah, I think
remember.
so.
But
Yeah,
they were just kind of outside next to the fucking staircase, and when we come back to it after the explosion, you just see them inside the warehouse.
yeah, and yeah, like this is where like things happen. Like they're just getting beat up. Like everyone's like just getting destroyed, and then time stops.
Yep.
And
And we
what
get to
is?
see the fucking Mao Buffa come back, the King Buffa.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we actually get to see everyone. Yeah, we actually get to see everyone's like
Kind of like
final
powered up
performance.
forms.
Yeah, just
I was sad that
moving
by the end
forward.
of it, Neon's power up form was only half a buckle.
Yeah, true.
That because I thought they were gonna maybe do more with it, but we get to see that the fourth dimensional gate is broken, and we get to see this like, oh hey, we're getting kind of like this weird little out of body sequence with all the riders, and it's like,
Mhm.
what do you guys wish? You guys are gonna have to forget me. Uh, or Ace just shows back up. Sorry, I mixed up where I was scrubbing, so I went a little my time.
Yeah,
I went like right past the bit of the fight that is really important. But yeah, Ace shows up in the OG suit, baby.
yeah, exactly. It's actually,
Everyone stands back up and like, we got to do this for Ace.
yeah. What's so funny about it is that Ace just straight up says, "I'm a deity now. I
Yep.
exist outside of time," and I'm like, it's like he planned to die so that he could become a god.
Yep. It is not
It's
a power that can be kept in a human body, and he kind of planned around it. And I love the fact,
Jesus.
yep, he's not beating the Jesus allegations. He's
Yeah, he
come
never
back,
beat him.
and he gives his guys he gives his disciples the power to continue on, and everyone is going in their OG suits, which is really
Yeah,
cool. Seeing them go
I
basically winning with the season one suit to like the non
yeah,
upgraded suits.
I enjoyed that a lot. Like
Especially again
it's
seeing them do like the lineup full henshin again at the end.
yeah, and everyone does their like their double speed one. So it's like you get to see Kayla just do his real fast. He just
Yep,
like
and we
he
get to
just
do revolve, and we get to see everyone do like combo attacks together,
dude,
like the oh my god,
revolve combos.
yeah, the like Buffa strikes with the sword, and Kawa does like the poison charge, and then like the beat storm and Neon powers everyone up, so they do like the fire slashes. Everyone does like a triple kick using the revolve function, and everyone there's just got a part where they're just kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah, it's so good watching Sewell have to deal with that,
And try to use the
but I mean,
time powers and be like, that doesn't work on us anymore. Fuck you.
it just doesn't work on a god though. And then we see Ace do his kick, and Swell do a punch, and this is like the final move, and then we see Swell standing,
Yep.
but his mask cracks, the hood
Yep.
comes off, and it's Ace.
Yep. Ace basically took over because he was also kind of like a formless being. So
Yeah,
Ace basically took over and like destroyed him as he went out.
yeah, I'm like,
But yeah,
uh,
the taking the mask off and it was Ace underneath it, that went hard.
yeah, it was so good. And then he said, "Okay, well, and then like, you just hear the gongs of the world resurrecting. Yeah,
Yep.
Giroli now knows that it's like he's not coming back anyways. So it's like he just accepts that Ace is giving everyone a happy world, and it's honestly a really really well earned ending. I really enjoyed this one. Like
Yeah. I think the
yeah, like,
ending was well earned for sure. I really
mhm,
like the vibes of like some of the people from the future and whatever, like the sponsors got stuck in the past, and so they just got like
yeah.
fucked.
Yeah, no, it was really funny because yeah, the guy that shot Nero, the girl that shot Nero, like the assistant, did nothing throughout the show, which is really funny. But like she's the one complaining the most about not being able to have her happy end, not being
Yep,
able to
it was
escape.
really funny. But then we get the like transcendent scene where Ace is telling them that they're gonna forget them. They're like, we don't want to forget you. You
Yeah,
were the
that
best.
that hurt.
Tone it down with your stupid pranks. And it's like, well, I am a fox.
And I'm like, fuck, god damn it, no, he would hit us with that at the end.
He really did. He really did. Ace became a
Yeah,
deity, and I really like Jin coming back, talking about a new DGP, but one that actually supports people's happiness and not in a grave cost, and asking Sumri to be a navigator. I know I saw some people talking about how it contradicts Jin's ideals to like come back at the end, but he
mm,
said he went off to like create and live the life he wants to instead of just watching it. And it seems
yeah.
like he's the one doing this new DGP, so I feel like it fits perfectly that he would be the one following in his idol's footsteps, trying to make people happy.
Yeah, and talk about people's happiness, like the big thing is like the whole thing basically comes back down to what is your wish? What do you want to happen? And it's basically showing everyone kind of having their wishes granted. And it's so nice. Like it was so cute. Like, we see that, the very first wish. I want to see my Prince Charming.
No,
And we
no. The
see
very first wish was
oh,
I
no,
want
no.
to be a rock star. Is the punk it up? It was
Oh, that's right.
the
Yes.
aspiring punk rocker. Hallelujah, win. We
Yeah.
then get to see Daichi, who's like I guess just grazing Jamato now.
Yeah, just playing Pikmin. I want Jamato. I want Jamato to live alongside humans.
Yep. Which
Yeah,
it was a weird twist for him. That's how he ended up. But
it's
oh
like
my
it
god,
makes sense.
the
Like it
first
makes
one,
sense.
it makes sense. The first one that really had me tearing up is seeing Michinaga enjoying food with all his work buddies and like opening up and having friends. And it's like, don't meals taste more delicious together? And he's like, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah. God, oh my God, that one was so good. And then we see Kay with sister
Oh
Sarah,
my
just
god,
like
it's like a peaceful everyday life. And also I want to hang out with Neon. Also I want to be Neon's lifelong fan. Also I want to get as good as cooking as Kwa. Also I want more space on my Emma tab for when it's just like super build up.
it was adorable.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
laughing because the thing is, it also means that like it doesn't matter the size of your wish. Like those are all just small things that she could have done herself. All that stuff
Yep.
is stuff she could have done herself, but she just wanted to like write it down, and like it's almost like writing it down makes it real in a
Yep.
sense.
And then with Neon and Kyun, and Kyun's like, I'm gonna help manage Neon TV, and it's like, what gives you the right? And it's like, well, I know your charm better than anyone else.
Yeah, I was laughing because in my watch party, I was joking around. Oh, Kim's wishes. I want to produce my Oshi.
It really is though. It really is. And then him and Neon having this cute relationship by the end of it. Because here's
Yeah,
the thing: at the beginning, when Kyun is first introduced, I'm like, this guy needs to actually be good for her because I'm gonna be really annoyed if he sucks.
yeah,
But they're really cute together. I have no problems with that. And
yeah.
Neon got a hold of her Prince Charming. Um, and then we see Keiwa studying for the police academy exams because he's back to world peace, baby.
Yeah, and the thing is though is that he still has his ID core, which basically means he's still a Kamen Rider, which basically means he's not just going to be fighting for world peace. Like no, he is still fighting for world peace. Like because he knows that it can't just world peace is not something you just get. It's something you have to work for. And
Yep.
it's like,
And honestly, just like the vibe of you know of him actually like studying and like trying to take things seriously, and then seeing
hmm,
Ace at the end, kind of looking at everyone wishes, and it's like they'll come true as long as you continue to desire them. That was so cute.
yeah, exactly. Like that's the reason why that's the reason why Sarah's multiple wishes like isn't cheating to me because like she's still working for it all. She wants to support Kayla. She wants to support Neon, and like she wants to do all these things, and she
Yep.
can still do it herself. But like just writing it, just write it down.
And with that, we get the final DGP rule: people will find as much happiness as their desires will bring. Honestly, adorable. I
Yeah,
have not cried this much since the ending of Gaim, where he's talking to Takatora, and he's like, if you hate the person you are, transform into the person you want to be, Takatora.
yeah,
That speech also got me. So all of this, super super cute. And then we get to see our new boy chasing Hopper One.
yeah. And yeah, yeah. It's like chasing Hopper one. And what does Ace say to him to pass the torch? May you find your own happiness too. It's
Yep.
like fuck.
Yep, and especially because it seems like his whole vibe with Gotcha, he's looking for his Gotcha, like his thing that makes him happy, and like
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
like
he basically works. He basically works for his mom, and his mom supports him, trying to find out what he is. But it's like, man, I love Joker so much,
no,
man.
this was so cute. Also, the last thing we see on screen, Ace with us, peace be with you. The Jesus allegations are too real. I do love that do love his little like deity outfit being like the suit with the red scarf. It really is like
Yeah,
a nice
yeah,
little
it's a
thing.
star, the stars outfit. It's literally like that's what it reminds Daybreak one. It's pretty much everyone at the beginning of the show except Happier this time.
Yeah, and again, my only gripe about this ending is basically the fact that it seems like because of like the kind of the reset that they just don't know each other, which is kind of sad.
Ah, yeah,
Though especially because like I thought Keiwa's sister and Neon as friends was like super cute, and they were gonna go shopping together, and like Michinaga and them all not like knowing each other and being separated is kind of sad. I'm hoping we will address that in like the V cinema.
yeah. Yeah. Actually, we are gonna get a V cinema. We see like 3 billion Barovas,
Yep. And I mean,
and
we are eventually going to get the Geets Gotchard movie, right?
yep,
So hopefully some of that is addressed at that point. I just want them to be friends because they were such. I really liked them as a cohesive group.
mm. Yeah. And
Uh,
the thing is, like a lot of people like to complain about the middle, but the thing is though is that when you're basically making a show with literally four main characters, you have to give them all arcs, and
yeah,
like
and
sure, not all the arcs would
and
be
again,
strong, but like
this show is not perfect because
yeah, it's not.
honestly, there were some times when we're focusing on some characters where like Keiwa really falls to the wayside, or we just forget about Michinaga, or there is a bit where they forgot about Neon. And kind of when they were in the middle of dealing with other people's arcs, it's like Ace hasn't really been in this show for a bit.
Yeah, and the other thing too, though, is like the thing I really, really like about Ace is that he starts off as an egotistical asshole because sure he could basically back up everything he does, but he's a jerk about it. It's like
And he kind of sucks. My other friend Adam, who was watching, he hasn't caught up, but he was watching the beginning. He was like, my least favorite character is Ace. He sucks.
yeah, exactly. He does suck, but like ever since he meets his mom, and number one, when he meets his mom, we now know that's when he made his plan to become a god.
Yep. But also, it wasn't even just meeting his mom. It was like everyone else he met along the way. And it was the fact that throughout everything, especially when Neon and Keiwa start believing him, and even with Michinaga, like, even when you think that they fucking hate each other, they're sitting together and they're eating together. And he's like, are you really? He always believed in him. I think it was the fact that these three changed him
Yeah,
that
and
kind of
not only
led
that,
into everything.
Yeah, and like yeah, sure, like Ace gave them the power, but at the same time, it's not like they just left it like they said, "You fix this for us." No, they wanted to fight for it. They
Yep.
wanted to say, "Yeah, we can do this."
And even when they thought he was gone, they were willing to keep fighting because that's what Ace would have done.
Yeah, man. You know what's really funny about all three of these episodes? Okay, I'm stealing this from someone in my watch party, but it's really funny how this week we got three episodes that were just, man, humanity is actually good.
I mean,
Yeah, because
humanity, I think at our core, we are, and we want to be.
yeah, we're
But
flawed, but good. I mean, like, yeah, Gento says it's like, yeah, your lecture about kaiju is boring. Like humans are okay, and then uniting Bugnarok and humans, and humans are okay, and then just believe in your wish and it will come true. Humanity's okay.
humanity, yeah, humanity has the ability to be happy and
Yeah,
prosper.
exactly. It's really funny how like in a way we got the same message across all three, and
But I
it's
mean,
great.
I feel like that's the same like general message that Toku likes to bring forward because at the end of the day, Toku
Mhm.
really is like about
Toy commercial.
how yeah, it Toku really is about like the hope in things. I feel like the reason I
Mhm.
really got drawn to it is because I was just reading and looking into a lot of stuff that had me really jaded. So just watching, especially back then, Gaim, and just seeing
Mhm.
where this guy who like the like, there's so much optimism for trying to be good and trying to be a hero, and there's like I don't know. There's like no cringing about it. You know what I mean? We don't have to undercut
Yeah,
it with jokes. He's gonna say that he wants to fight for love. You know, Build's gonna say that he wants to fight for love and peace, and we're just gonna take that at complete face value because that is what he wants to do.
yeah,
And so it's just
yeah.
the pure optimism is
Which,
really what gets to me about the. I really enjoy it.
yeah, which is really funny considering that now that ever since you introduced the Massiverse, we are seeing that in those comics, Rogue Sun.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's
but
like
again,
until
I feel
yeah,
like we're seeing, but I feel like the way Massiverse is gonna do it is we're gonna see that darkness so we can get to the light. You know.
yeah, exactly.
So
That's what we need. And
I
I
don't feel like
yeah,
I don't feel like those comics are trying to do things in the very jaded, cynical, like, oh, everything's got to be kind of gritty or real.
yeah,
Maybe no one a little bit, but no one's also more of like a detective noir, like
yeah. Yeah, like that's the theme of that. But like even Shin Kamen Rider, like it was a twisted happiness that they were fighting for because of the the actual social commentary of what Shocker is in that movie. But
yep.
like yeah, like I'm not going to spoil the movie, but yeah, there's a lot of hope at the end. There's so much hope at the end, and maybe I mean I still. Oh wait, it's off of Amazon Prime now. I can't watch it anymore. But Black Sun, like that is dark as hell.
Yep.
But
I still only watched half because it was really dark and I just haven't gotten back
it's
around to
it's
it.
it's it's heavy,
I need to
man.
watch the other half and then we have to do the other half review.
Yeah, we really do.
But we'll get to
Oh man,
that
yeah,
eventually. Right now, we went obviously over. It's a finale. We had a lot to
yeah,
say. We didn't want to super
yeah.
speed through it.
And
Uh,
next week we're watching two brand new shows. I'm just kidding.
I mean, we're sort of watching two brand new shows. I feel like next week is definitely going to be a vibe shift. But hey, with that,
Yeah,
we have been Half Hour Henshin. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being around, and we will see you next week. Later.
later.
This program is brought to you by
Our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.